Hey there, welcome to Chris's Texas Sports Podcast. I'm Chris. Today it's a look ahead to the MLB All Star Game in Arlington tomorrow night, and a look ahead to the 2024 TCU Horned Frogs football season. But first, some sports headlines. The Rangers took the series against the Astros over the weekend in Houston. Heading into the All Star break, the Astros are in second place. The Rangers are in third place in the American League West. I want to see the Rangers play on Sunday. My sister and her family are going too. Former Texans wide receiver Jacoby Jones passed away. He was 40. The Rockets beat the Wizards 109-91 in Summer League play. The Mavericks lost to the Jazz 90-89 in Summer League play, and the Spurs beat the Trailblazers 83-77 in Summer League play. Okay, coming up, a look at the Astros and Rangers picks in the 2024 MLB Draft. In the 2024 MLB Draft, in the first round, the Astros drafted catcher Walker Janek from Sam Houston State in Huntsville with the 28th pick, while the Rangers, as the defending World Series champion, had the last pick at number 30, and they drafted catcher Malcolm Moore from Stanford. They say that Janek is the best catcher in the draft. While a junior at Sam Houston, he won the Buster Posey Award for the best catcher in college baseball and was 2024 Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year. Meanwhile, Malcolm Moore at Stanford earned Pac-12 All-Conference Honorable Mention honors. They're having the All Star Game tomorrow night at Globe Life Field in Arlington. So coming up, a look at past All Star Games in Texas. Okay, they're having the Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Arlington tomorrow night. It's the fifth time that it's been in Texas. The first time was back in 1968 when it was played at the Astrodome in Houston. The National League beat the American League 1-0. The starting lineup for the American League had Angels shortstop Jim Fregosi leading off, Twins second baseman Rod Carew batting second, Red Sox outfielder Carl Yastrzemski batting third, Senators outfielder Frank Howard batting cleanup, Tigers outfielder Willie Horton batting fifth, Twins first baseman Harmon Killebrew batting sixth, Tigers catcher Bill Freehan batting seventh, Orioles third baseman Brooks Robinson batting eighth, and on the mound and batting ninth, Willie Tiant of the Indians. The rest of the AL pitchers were Gary Bell from the White Sox, Tommy John from the White Sox, Gary Bell was from the Red Sox, Sam McDowell from the Indians, Denny McLain from the Tigers, Blue Moon Odom from the A's, Jose Santiago from the Red Sox, and Mel Stottlemyre from the Yankees. The rest of the AL position players were Mickey Mantle from the Yankees, Boog Powell and Davey Johnson from the Orioles, Don Wirt from the Tigers, Joe Eskew from the Indians, Dwayne Josephson from the White Sox, Tony Leva from the Twins, Ken Harrelson from the Red Sox, and Rick Monday and Bert Campaneris from the A's. For the National League, Giants outfielder Willie Mays led off. Cardinals outfielder Kurt Flood batted second. Giants first baseman William McCovey batted third. Braves outfielder Hank Aaron batted cleanup. Cubs third baseman Juan Santo batted fifth. Reds second baseman Tommy Helms batted sixth. Mets catcher Jerry Grote batted seventh. Cubs shortstop Don Kessinger batted eighth. And on the mound and batting ninth, Don Drysdale of the Dodgers. The rest of the NL pitchers were Steve Carlton from the Cardinals, Woody Fryman from the Phillies, Bob Gibson from the Cardinals, Jerry Koosman from the Mets, Juan Marichal from the Giants, Ron Reed from the Braves, and Tom Seaver from the Mets. The rest of the NL position players were Rusty Staub from the Astros, Julian Javier from the Cardinals, Tom Howell from the Dodgers, Felipe Alou from the Braves, Billy Williams from the Cubs, Matty Alou and Gene Alley from the Pirates, and Johnny Bench, Leo Cardenas, Tony Perez, and Pete Rose from the Reds. Drysdale was the winner, while Tian took the loss. Kuzman got the save. Mays was the MVP. The game was broadcast by NBC on radio and television. Kurt Gowdy called the game on TV, while Astros announcer Gene Elston joined the NBC radio broadcast. The next All-Star game in Texas was in 1986, back at the Dome. This time the American League beat the National League 3-2. Red Sox pitcher Roger Clemens from nearby Katy started for the American League, while Mets pitcher Dwight Gooden started for the National League. Clemens was named the game MVP. They would meet again in the World Series that year, Clemens and Gooden. Anyway, the game was on ABC television and CBS radio. Al Michaels called it on ABC, while Brent Musburger called it on CBS radio. The All-Star Game came back to the Lone Star State in 1995 when it was in Arlington for the first time. It was played at what was then called the Ballpark in Arlington, which had just opened the year before. The National League beat the American League 3-2. Phillies pitcher Heathcliff Slocum got the win, while Athletics pitcher Steve Ontiveros took the loss. Jeff Conine from the Marlins was the MVP. The game was broadcast on ABC television and CBS radio. The 2004 MLB All Star Game was at Minute Maid Park in Houston. The American League beat the National League 9-4. Athletics pitcher Mark Mulder started for the American League, and Astros pitcher Roger Clemens got the start for the National League. Mulder got the win, while Clemens got the loss. Alfonso Soriano from the Rangers was the MVP. Miguel Tejada from the Orioles won the Home Run Derby. Lance Berkman from the Astros was second in his home park. The game was broadcast on television on Fox and on ESPN radio. Now coming up this Wednesday, a recap of this year's game and who won the Home Run Derby. Alright, next, what else happened in sports in Texas in 2004? Here's what else happened in sports in Texas in 2004. They had Super Bowl 38 in Houston at Reliant Stadium. The New England Patriots beat the Carolina Panthers 32-29, owing to the NFL experience the day before. The Astros won a playoff series for the first time in franchise history when they beat the Braves in 5 games. They went on to lose to the Cardinals in the NLCS in 7 games. The North Texas Mean Green football team won the 2004 Sun Belt Championship. The Sam Houston State Bearcats football team won a share of the 2004 Southland Championship. The Texas Longhorns baseball team were the runners-up in the 2004 College World Series. The Texas Longhorns football team finished 2004 second in the Big 12 South and beat Michigan 38-37 in the 2005 Rose Bowl game. The 2003-2004 Texas Tech Red Raiders basketball team made it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. The Texas Tech Red Raiders football team beat California 45-31 in the Holiday Bowl. The UTEP Miners basketball team shared the 2003-2004 WAC regular season championship, and the UTEP Miners football team lost to Colorado 33-28 in the Houston Bowl. And the UTSA Roadrunners basketball team shared the 2003-2004 Southland Conference Championship. Next, the 2024 TCU Horned Frogs football team. Okay. In 2022, the TCU Horned Frogs football team was playing for a national championship. But last year, the Frogs, led by Coach Sonny Dykes, took a step backward as they went 5-7 overall and 3-6 in Big 12 play. Some of the stars they got coming back this year are quarterback Josh Hoover, wide receiver Savion Williams, and wide receiver J.P. Richardson. They open against Stanford on August 30th in Palo Alto. They play their first home game against Long Island on September 7th in Fort Worth. They open Big 12 play at home against UCF. Coach Dykes says the team can bounce back this year, and Athlon Sports has them finishing 8th in the Big 12. Now on Wednesday, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That's it for now. I'll be back on Wednesday with a look at the Red Raiders and the 2004 All Star Game. Be sure to hit the download button. Follow on whichever platform you listen on. I'm Chris Carlisle, your host, and I want to thank you for listening to my podcast.